those are some of the things I went through in my discovery of depression. And I kept checking off things one by one and trying them out. And everything made me feel a little bit better, but it wasn't enough. So things like sticking to a schedule, my eating habits, sleep habits, the things I watched and listened to. I listened to the radio for over a year. Like I went through it. Like I was seriously trying to discover where this depression was coming from. And then I thought, well, I need to go ahead and admit this sexual trauma. So I did that. That helped me out a little bit. But it didn't give me that release, that sense of release I wanted. So the only thing that was left was, before I get to that, same thing with my jobs. I thought it was my jobs, like my jobs. That's where this overwhelming sense of depression is coming from. I was a first responder, then I went into first responder and management. I highly don't recommend that for anybody. That's double bull. That's triple bull. Don't be a first responder or be a manager. Do not do both. Ever. Holy crap. Anyway, and I said, well, maybe that's what it was. So quit the fire department, quit my management job, quit first responding really altogether. Has that helped? Hell yeah. It feels so good not having all that pressure, but there was still something that just wasn't right. And the only thing, after I look back at my life, I said, I've eliminated everything that could be a problem. I've released my guilt. I've admitted my past sins and wrongs. I've admitted the abuse I suffered. I changed my diet, my lifestyle, my health habits. You know, I quit these toxic environment jobs. I quit these toxic environment people. I took up hobbies that made me feel happy. I tried fencing. I took art classes. I took production classes. Like, I was doing everything and anything that I wanted. And yes, it helped, but it was still something there. It was still something there that was like, dang, something is still holding my soul in chains. It can't, I don't know what else it is. And that's when I had my breakdown. That was not too long after I quit my job. That's when I had my breakdown in my bedroom. And I said, God, you better let me know why the I'm here. Or I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I'm in my life. I'm not doing this shit. I'm not about to live another 6 decades feeling like this every day. Now, I done did everything in my human hands possible to figure out what is going on with me. I've done everything. I've used the power of my hands, the power of my mind. I've done 5 years of just straight intense research on what it could be that's holding me back. I've read all these motivational books. I look at these, I'm going through the motions. I've dedicated such a huge chunk of my life to this. That's what got me into film. That's one of the things I always wanted to learn. I started taking film classes. Like, I started doing everything right, and it still was not working. And I said, if you don't give me an answer right now, I'm going to kill myself. And I don't mean that in a metaphorical sense. I need an answer, God. If you, whoever the you are, if you real, I hope you hear me. If my life got any value to you, I need an answer now. What the is wrong with me? I'm crying. I'm cursing out God. I'm tearing up my apartment. I almost had to file an insurance claim on myself. I almost had to file renter's insurance and call them up and be like, y'all, somebody broke in my apartment and went ham. Because that's how I left my apartment. I didn't do that. Probably should have, but I didn't. That's not right. So I went through all that crying and just, oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. And I went to sleep. I cried so hard. I went to sleep. Woke up. Checked my phone. The first thing that popped up on my phone was a alert from YouTube with a recommended video. Why I left Jehovah's Witnesses. How much time? Why I left the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I said to myself, well, I'm going to take this as an answer to my prayer. I ain't about to hear. And then all the training from Watchtower kicked in. No, that's apostate. No, you shouldn't look this stuff up. And I said, you know what? I didn't look this up. It came looking for me after I prayed to God. Whoever heard me, whether it was Siri, God, maybe they're the same thing. I don't know. But whatever heard me knew this is what I needed. So I'm going to watch it. Because I don't have no other option. And up until that point, I never thought that my religion was the problem. I never, ever thought that. You don't think that growing up Jehovah's Witness. That's your salvation. That's your means of to everlasting life. That's your source of redemption. That's not the problem. Jehovah is not the problem. Jehovah's Witnesses and religious service to Watchtower is not the problem. I'm the problem. I'm the sinner. I'm the one that falls short of God's glory. I'm the one that's an imperfect offspring of Adam and Eve. I'm the problem, right? It can't be my religion. Only to come to find out that's exactly what it was. I looked at that video. I must have spent the rest of the day crying. I'm trying not to cry right now. Lord have mercy. I never in my life, ever in my life felt more validated than I felt when I watched that video. Why I left the Jehovah's Witnesses. And then, of course, now you're in the rabbit hole. Now you in the damn rabbit hole. And you just going. And you hear these testimonies and you hear these people say these terms that you know they know what they talking about. It's certain ways Jehovah's Witnesses talk. We can identify each other quickly. I'm listening to their stories and they're pulling at my heart because it was like, oh my God, somebody gets me. I'm not the only person that feels like this. I'm not crazy. All this time, I've been telling myself, D, something is wrong with you. Get it together. All this time, I've been feeling so bad about myself. Feeling so bad about the things I wanted to do and accomplish and didn't. Feeling so bad about how I felt about people. I hated people. I hated going out in the ministry. I hated going to the kingdom all this time. And I just kept trying to stuff that stuff down. And the whole time, I'm pointing the finger back at me like I'm the broken one, something wrong with me. And then for the first time in my life, I'm hearing personal first-hand testimonies and accounts from people who had the exact same feelings that I had. So it's not me. Wow. And it's like I could feel my mind like splitting and breaking apart. And if that wasn't enough, here we go. It's one thing to find out your religion is wrong, has been wrong, will continue to be wrong, and is nothing right. It's a whole nother thing to realize you in a cult. Then it's a whole nother thing to realize that cult is evil, actually. Then it's a whole nother thing to realize that what you believed about the Bible, what you believed about spirituality, that's not right. Then it's another thing to believe that, there are severe consequences to me coming to this level of awareness. I'm going to have to deal with ostracism from my family, ostracism from my friends. Then it's another thing to realize, so you telling me all the time I've been given holy acts of conduct and deeds of godly devotion all these years. You telling me I wasted that? You telling me I could have got those sports scholarships? You telling me I could have been I wanted to be a brain surgeon. I had the smarts to do it, but we ain't gonna need doctors in the new system. You telling me all this time I could have been married with kids by now? Marry only in the Lord. Jesus said that woe to the woman with the suckling baby in the last days. You know what I'm saying? Like, you telling me all that was some bullshit? Is that what you telling me? And you telling me when I had those young years free of all this burden and this stress and this strife, that I could have spent that time really healing the trauma that I actually did go through. But I could have did it without the context of Watchtower, which would have made my recovery quicker. Because if you've been a victim, Watchtower gonna make it worse. Watchtower in no way, shape, or form advocates you becoming a higher self, you evolving and healing. Watchtower don't want you to heal. They like you being broken. That's how they control you. That's how they controlled me. Keep thinking you worthless. Keep thinking you can't do it. Keep thinking that it's futile. Keep thinking that your efforts is just a waste of time. Keep thinking that. Watchtower wants you to think that. It's a load of crap. So when you see the totality of the deceit and the lies and the propaganda and the mind games and the everything, and then you start seeing all these roots and these evil, and then stuff starts making sense. Like, no wonder I was messed up. No wonder. I'm serving a messed up religion, and I'm probably serving a messed up God. If you really want to get deep about it, I'm still researching that. Who is Jehovah? Who really is Jehovah? We already know that's not God's name. You know, Watchtower slipped that in the material a long time ago. That always bugged me, along with a lot of other things. And so, please don't come talk to me right now, Mr. Bill. I'm making a video. God damn it. I'll holler at y'all later.